Move that Simi. I'm at the new GT store. This is the same place that I met Jordan at a couple times, and they're moving to a big location. I'm happy for them, a little jealous. But right here is the bike that I said to myself that I would ride. It is the 2019 KTM 1290 Adventure S. I rode the GS last week and I got some of the words wrong. I called it Adventure Tour. It's just a sport adventure. So Jordan happens to be here, and he has comparably his 2018 KTM 1290 Super Adventure R. It is a bit kitted, but the R and the S, he was trying to explain to me the differences. Not important, because if I were personally interested in one, to be for touring, and therefore the S. So they've given me a key. I'm gonna get on here and you're gonna babysit me.
Yeesh.
Yeesh? Okay, I'll accept it. Alright, now it's a KTM, so I like to think I know how to drive one of these. That's my Super Duke sitting over there. This is just a sloppily placed camera that's better than nothing, so I'm just gonna put it like that. And is it not neutral? It's not. It's in second. I'm glad I checked. Come on. There we go. Are you ready?
1, 2, go.
So cute, but his is a lot louder because he got a different exhaust on there. Okay. Feeling the height. Feels pretty good. The seat, as are we going that way or this way? Okay. The seat, as he told me and reminded me, is very hard. The KTM seat is not comfortable, and it's something I would need to switch. I did that on my Duke. All right, first thing I'm going to feel for is the clutch. Very late clutch. Okay. So we all have the same engine here. Have the same engine in my 1290 Super Duke. He has it in that bike. I have it in this one. I have ridden that one. I have ridden the R. It rides quite a bit taller, which I like. But, you know, that one is made more or less for the intention of riding off-road. This one, not necessarily. Like, it can, but it can't. All right, let's seal this. All right, you know, it's not weird. And I gotta say, man, this seat is so hard. I'm trying to not think about it because I know that could be changed, and that's kind of an exception. But I like Jordan. Jordan likes KTM. I happen to like KTM because I own one, and so that's why I like this bike. This is cheaper than a GS, and Jordan, being the brand loyal he is, was trying to convince me that the technology in this bike is just as good as the GS, and I agree. That display is very nice. I'm a sucker for technology. That's not too uncomfortable. I can feel the bumps, but I'm trying to imagine a better seat. I'm trying to, in my mind, remember what it was like to be on the GS. And I remember the arm length was perfect. One thing I could do is I could stand up. And, well, I gotta say, standing up on the GS was a little more comfortable for me. I'm gonna be honest. The things I hate comparing, guys. I'm sorry. I realize some of you who are watching this may actually care about this bike and aren't interested in me comparing, but that's why I'm riding it, because I would be interested in a sport adventure bike, and those are the two I'm interested in. So comparing it, GS is just a lot more comfortable. This one feels lighter, and I do like the feeling of a light or smaller bike, personally. I like being able to have the confidence to be able to throw it around. All right, that's the end of that bit of ranting. I did a lot of ranting. So the windscreen is up all the way, much like it was on the GS last week, and it's working better than the GS did, and that's a small thing, kind of like the seat, where it doesn't really matter. I could get a bigger windscreen, but I like the way it's working. Again, it's just not tall enough for me. I'm just too tall. It's so weird to be on a bike like this though. It's so quiet, because my 1290 Super Duke, that was a good bump, was so loud. And this has adaptive suspension. Man, I would like to mess with it. By the way, I'm in sport mode. Okay, awesome. Sport mode, ABS, yeah, I guess I want all that stuff. How many miles are on this bike? Because I know it's like brand new here. I bet it's in here. Boop. 7 miles on this bike. I'm so lucky and spoiled that I get to ride a brand new motorcycle. It's an R6. Hell yeah, brother. It is an R6. Immediately, my first thought is a GS. This does have benefits over it, though. I think the benefits of this bike over the GS so far that I've experienced is the fact that it is so much lighter. It's flickable. I like the engine more, personally. There's nothing wrong with the GS engine, but I love the throttle response. Throttle response. I don't think you can do that on the GS, you know. We look so cute on matching bikes. Ish, mostly matching. Yeah. I think I have a very biased issue. I think this is my issue. Let's get cruise control for a second so I can use this mirror. I think my issue is that I literally have two other bikes to compare between. I have my Super Duke, same engine and all, and the GS. I feel like this is right in between them. And then my issue with that is the fact that I already have the Super Duke. Why would I want something a little bit different than the Super Duke? I want something a lot different than the Super Duke, like the GS. This is just, you know, I love my Super Duke, but I don't think I want what I would consider this to be half Super Duke, half BMW GS. I think I would just want the GS. That's how I feel about it. Now, if I had never ridden the GS and trying to get rid of the comparisons, obviously, this is so much more comfortable than my Super Duke. I know I said no more comparisons. No more comparisons to the GS. This thing is comfortable minus the seat. Like Jordan said, it is hard. It's not good dock door, but the rest of it, very surprisingly easy to drive. And then I was checking my foot on the ground. I'm tall, I'm 6'3". I can flat foot this very easily. He's a little shorter than me, he can flat foot it too. Personally, I think I would choose for the bike to be higher for the purpose of putting my feet on the ground. It's totally fine though. Now I realize you can't lift the bike so much if you want to cruise and keep your low center of gravity. So with the exception of the seat, totally comfortable. I'm gonna do it again. Jeez, it's so fun. It's weird because I'm sorry guys, I wish I could go without comparing, but it feels like my Super Duke, just taller. That's literally how it feels. And I'm sure I'm validated somewhat when I rode his R. Now that was quite a bit different. I'll say this, if I had just this bike, right, I'd be happy with it. I go touring with it. The problem is I have tasted the GS and I know what I'd be missing out on, and so it's that ignorance factor that's working against me. Here we go. Woo, that picks up quick. Food dispenser right here, food dispenser right here. It's a nice day, good weather out, great for cruising, and I'm really happy that I got to finally ride the Adventure S after having ridden both the GS and the Adventure S. I'm still very torn on which one to get. I don't know if it's my personal preference for my KTM bike or the obvious benefits of the GS. I'm still very torn. All that to say, this is still a really rather excellent machine. All right, we're here at the end of our journey. Thank you guys for watching this little video of me doing the things that I want to do, aka riding motorcycles that sometimes I don't need but want. Yes, flat foot. He likes it. All right guys, I'll see you in another video. Bye.